It is the real deal. It tastes just like coffee. It gives the same experience of drinking coffee, and even if you want it, it gives that same kick or caffeine that coffee does. We're just able to create coffee in a more affordable and sustainable way. My motivation actually comes from a climate perspective, and I see this as doing my part in fighting climate change. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is I don't want to live in a world where coffee is so expensive that it's priced out of the everyday person. So I'd prefer we're really on a mission to make sure that coffee always remains affordable and accessible for all, while at the same time it becomes more sustainable. So we got the idea late 2022. I met my co-founder in a startup accelerator. He is a food scientist that is an expert in making flavors from fermentation. And we came across some really startling issues in the coffee industry about how the price is rising. Coffee is under an existential threat. And that's because the supply is decreasing due to climate change and other factors. And the demand's on the rise because coffee is becoming more interesting for markets like China and India in particular. So the combination of all that really means that there is a huge gap in the market to solve for. And basically, we spent the first year and a half in research and development, first out of his kitchen trying to roast stuff on a stove, and then we were able to move into a small bench scale in a lab. And now we are building out our pilot facility where we're going to be able to make tons of coffee on a monthly basis. We use bread, soy, and barley from local manufacturers here to create coffee's flavors via our fermentation process. And after we ferment it, we roast it, and then we grind it up into coffee grounds. And those coffee grounds we distribute to cafes, restaurants, and FMCGs to create instant coffees and other ready-to-drink beverages. In addition, from our coffee grounds, we make our own branded bottled oat latte, which we have retailed through supermarkets here. It's in many of the corporate pantries and cafes here as well. And we also have a coffee concentrate, which we distribute to bars for cocktails, to ice cream shops for ice cream, and for chefs for desserts like tiramisu. So we have three main products today: the coffee grounds, the concentrates, and the bottled oat latte. We have one flavor. It's chocolatey. It's nutty. It's like a mocha almost. And within that flavor, we have decaf and caffeinated. So that's how we have variants in different SKUs in the caffeination level. We purchase caffeine as an ingredient in its pure molecular powdered form, and we just add it into our formulation and grind it all up together so it's completely homogenized. So in our coffee grounds, when you pull a shot, you get the same 80 milligrams coming out. And yeah, we try to match coffee. Something that is interesting about what we're able to do is because caffeine is an ingredient for us, we can actually just add more of it to create a more caffeinated or less caffeinated product. So we can sort of design specifically to our customers' needs. So for example, if a ice cream shop wants to make a coffee flavored ice cream, but their customers don't want caffeine, we can provide a zero caffeine product to them. Or if we're supplying to a coffee chain who really wants to provide more value to their customer by having a more caffeinated product, but actually at the same price as their other offerings, we can provide a double caffeine product for them. So really just to service whatever our customers needs, we're able to do that for them. So everybody's health is different, and this is a completely natural product. Fermentation has been shown to have many benefits, and you can design your own caffeine levels to your own needs. So we do believe that this is a healthy product. Whether it's healthier than coffee for you or not is completely up to you, but this is an all-natural product, and we believe that it's a healthy option. So we got our pre-seed funding of around $100,000 from Entrepreneur First, which we got in 2022, just to sort of give us money to sort of launch the idea. And then we last year were able to raise 2 million USD from venture capital funds here in Asia, as well as the Singaporean government. The government has provided us with roughly $400,000 in equity financing and $500,000 in research grants. The challenge is every day. I could name 10 things that happened today that I wasn't expecting and wasn't supposed to happen. And we take those learnings and we continue to show up. Um, if it was easy, someone would have done this already. So when it gets more challenging is when we know we're playing in the right arena. So we embrace the challenges that come with it. So today we're already a more affordable option for smaller scale cafes and restaurants around here. And at scale, when we are able to be producing tons and tons of this on a monthly basis, that's where we're able to be more affordable than the commodity of coffee. And that's where we can really come in to support our partners like CPG brands who already have coffee products. They can integrate our product in and have it taste exactly the same, but they're able to get cost savings so that their end consumer can actually afford to purchase that. And at the same time, as a bonus, shareholders are happy because they're able to reduce their carbon footprint. Really, the problem that we're solving is that there are many different food, beverages, crops, flavors that are being threatened by climate change. And so our whole mission is to future-proof these products that we know and love by making them in a more affordable and a more sustainable way, just using our fermentation technology rather than relying on traditional agriculture. Next for us will be expansion through Southeast Asia. More specifically, we'll be launching in the Philippines by the end of this year. And then in 2025, we plan to expand to at least two more countries here in Asia, not sure exactly which ones yet. And then in 2026, we will um, start to plan beyond Asia, whether that's the US, EU, Africa, South America. I'm not sure yet. It's a bit too far out to say, but we are demand-driven people. So if we hear that demand is in a certain region and we're getting many large customers in the same region over and over asking for this, that's where our next market is. And so we're always ears out, nose to the ground, trying to find out where this is really valuable for people, and that's where we'll go next. I think the overwhelming response is positively surprised. I think that once people go and try it, they really like it. And they're like, wow, that's better than I thought it would be. So whether it means that we're setting a really low bar for people or the product's actually just really good and people who try it, they like it, they go buy it again. We have a lot of repeat orders. So we're really excited by the initial traction of it and just hoping that we can get more people to be brave and give it a try because once they do, they really enjoy it. When we first launched, our communication to the world was coffee is bad for the earth. We're here to sort of save the earth and blah, blah, blah. But then we went and tried to sell our product to coffee companies. And that wasn't a story that they wanted to hear. Um, but really, the mission of the company is to ensure that coffee remains affordable. And so when we sort of switched our narrative away from anti-coffee to pro-coffee, get more out of your coffee, use prefer as a blend within your coffee to extend your coffee's value, that's when we started getting a lot more traction and good feedback because I love coffee. I'm super pro coffee. Everyone on the team is huge coffee drinkers. We have multiple trained baristas on our team. We just don't like the price of coffee getting so expensive, and we just hope that the mass market can always enjoy the experience and the routine of having coffee in their life. We are looking for partnerships with companies who purchase coffee. That's a very, very big market. So that means at a smaller scale, more local scale, it's coffee shops, it's bars, it's restaurants. Slightly larger scale, we're looking at coffee chains across Singapore, across Southeast Asia, across Asia, across the world even. We're looking at hospitality, hotels, catering for food service, like say into corporate pantries or into airlines. And then at the very top, where a lot of the volume will be moving is working with and partnering with large CPG brands or FMCGs who already have a line of coffee products where we can basically plug and play our ingredient into their operations and just decrease costs and carbon footprint for them so they can launch products under their own brand.